Hello, everyone. Welcome to the fresh episode of Mind Life Bliss Listen to Young Minds. Recently, we recorded a podcast on the topic single child versus siblings. Many parents got significant insight from that topic. The young couples who are not able to take this decision whether to have a single child or two, and many parents of single child who sometimes feel guilty that their child is feeling lonely because he or she is a single child. In that podcast, our young guest, a little girl, she explained all the points so significantly being a single child in that podcast. The link of that podcast you can find in the description. Interestingly, today again we are discussing the same topic. And our today's guest is a young girl who is having a sister. In fact, they both are twins. So I'm so curious to listen her views on the same topic. Again, I'm saying that here in this podcast, we are not giving any judgments or any topic. The sole purpose of this podcast is just to listen our young generation, their views, their insight, their feelings. So without a further delay, let's welcome our today's guest. Okay,
Yes.
so welcome Siddhi to this very interesting podcast of Listen to Young Minds. Single child versus sibling. That's a very interesting topic. Okay, so before we move into the topic, just introduce yourself to our audience.
Hi, my name is Siti Khandekar. I'm currently in Mumbai. I study in Reliance Foundation School, Kopar Kherne. When it comes to my hobbies, I like to do interior designing. I have a great interest in it. So there are many things that I'm not good at. So I'm not a good multitasker. I believe that hard work is the key to success. I believe in a quote that you should go in dark in order to smart.
Oh my God, what an introduction. I'm so impressed. Very nice. Okay, so I'm moving to our questions. Siddhi, you understand the topic very well. And there are a lot of sayings
Right.
about the single child and siblings comparison. And a very, very common comparison nowadays people are doing, they say that single child get a lot of affection from their parents. And because of that, they have the tendency because the people feel they will get spoiled and they will get less focus. So, what's your view on that point?
So basically, for a child to get spoiled and less focused depends on the type of the parent. So basically, every parent wants their child to be successful, and for that, they protect them, they save from diseases, they make them hygienic, and that's why that love, that overprotectiveness makes the child spoiled. And when it comes to single child, that the even yeah, like see, family know that they would be one day that the child has have to carry that the bund that the family's burden on himself or herself. So for that they protect their child even more. So it spoils the child a lot. Besides, compared to a sibling, a single child gets more pressure, more affection, and that's why that child gets spoiled even more.
Oh, nice views. And one more study I'm sharing with you, it is often found that if someone is having younger siblings, so the parents' affection or the parents' attention, I should say, shift more towards the younger one. And the elder one
Yeah.
feels a little away, little detached, the deprived of love and affection. So, in that situation, how do you see? Does it actually happens? What's your observation in that?
Yeah, it does happen. Honestly, I should say that. So that love and affection gets divided unequally sometimes. It happens, but like you should cope up with that, honestly. There's no choice with you, but like it's honestly, I should say yes.
Oh my God, no choice. I love that answer. Really
Yeah, it
nice.
happens when my friends they just share me about their views, but like I'm lucky I don't have such siblings with me.
Great, great. I came to know you are twins. You both are twin sisters.
Yeah, twins. It doesn't happen with us. The love and affection is divided equally. It's not unequally, honestly.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, so I'm asking a related question to you. How does it feels growing up with siblings? Means how does it different growing up with siblings from being an only child? There are many theories that if there's a single child, he or she is known to be introvert, possessive, antisocial, anti-sharing,
Hmm.
self-obsessed. So what do you feel about it?
Basically, when it comes to sibling, you have a personal listener with you, right? See, so basically in teenage period, you have a lot of insecurity with you, right? So that feeling of insecurity is removed by your sibling. I've experienced that a lot, and it truly matters. So basically, you have a good listener. First point. Second point is that in case in single child, you don't have a good listener with you. You have to keep all the things in yourself only. So there's a time when you feel shy to tell things to your mom. When it comes in teenage life, you feel shy to tell everything to your mom. You feel depressed, and this is one of the worst thing about being an only child. And I've also read about a syndrome called Little Emperor Syndrome. It happens
See,
when there's an
just a
only
little pause. Can you name that syndrome again? I want to hear it again.
Little Emperor Syndrome.
Okay, continue, please.
Yeah, so they experience a syndrome called Little Emperor Syndrome, and it's not good, honestly. It spoils the child, as I said earlier. So in sibling, yeah, you have a good listener, and it's good to have it. You feel good from inside, and you have a good partner with you till you have till you have marriages and all. Honestly,
Nice. So I listened. I liked your answer, but again, I'm asking you a contrasting question. Sometime what has been seen that the siblings definitely, as you are saying, they are the good listener. They can be
hmm,
your coaches, and they can be your fun partners. They can contribute a lot to your growth and development. But sometimes, if there are elder siblings, so they overpower the younger one, and it becomes harder for the
yeah.
younger one to get socialized outside the family because the elder one is doing all the socializing and keeping the younger one away from that social circles, though the parents are giving equal opportunities to both of them. So what do you feel, what are the factors which decide such kind of differences in the siblings?
It depends upon the personality of the sister. If she wants her sister to socialize with other, because there are several sisters that don't want their younger sister to socialize. I've seen that many a times. So it depends upon what kind of friend circle you are in, whether you're extrovert or introvert, and it depends upon what kind of person you're meeting in everyday life, what kind of friends you have. It depends on those factors.
Very nice. Beautifully explained. Beautifully explained. And one more problem, which has been quoted many times, that it is seen that parents are so possessive, so obsessed with the success of their child. And it has been seen many times that they try to live up their dreams through their children. And it creates a lot of pressure on child. So if it is a single child, all the expectation goes to one. If there are two, so does it happen that if there are two, so the expectations divides among two, and if there is one, so all the burden goes to only one. So what happens in such scenarios?
So basically, there's some parents who see their child as their extension of themselves. They don't see them as a separate person who have their own dreams, own hopes. So basically, in case of sibling where there's a huge age difference, parents give more pressure on the bigger sibling so that they could set an example on the younger sibling. So that is basically that. Yeah, that creates a pressure, different pressure on the different uh, with different categories of the siblings. If there's an age difference, there's more pressure on the bigger one, and if there are twin, there's equal pressure.
So I believe you are sharing the equal pressure.
Yeah.
Wow, nice. Okay, one more problem which the people see in the single child, that certainly they feel that there is a feeling of loneliness, and the siblings have no one to play with, as you are saying, and no one to share their thoughts, their memories, and they feel lonely. So, if in your surroundings you are seeing such kids, so what's your experience regarding that? Is it true?
So
And if it is
basically,
true, then up to what extent it is true?
basically the society always try to demotivate us. They say a lot about single child. They see that they're not that smart and they are not independent. They would be not independent in future. And see, they are introvert, antisocial. I guess we should not just listen to them. We should focus on our path. It's my ideology, honestly.
I like, and I would like to just repeat the sentence, we should focus on ourselves rather than listening
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
outside voices. Very nice, beautiful. Okay, and one more thing from my side. That's a very straightforward question. What is the best part of having siblings and the worst part?
Of sibling, I would just say you have a good listener. I would repeat that again because it is true, honestly. And worst part is that love and affection gets divided.
Oh
You don't
my
have
God.
the full attention of your parents, honestly. So I would just say this. And worst part, more, I would say, let me think.
Yeah, you must.
Actually, I've never experienced many worst part. Like there, yeah, see, there are many fightings, and in teenage life, different views is created between twins and siblings. So there's fighting more.
So, fighting.
Because like
But
in my case, me and my sister have different views about something, and we used to fight about it many a times.
oh my God. And who comes in between as a savior in the fight? The mom or the dad?
Wait, mom, of course.
I like it. Okay. So, Siddhi, now we are coming to the final question of our discussion, though I want this
Yeah.
discussion should go on. But certainly, you gave a very, very significant points regarding that particular and a very important discussion. So, my last question to you is, what message you would like to give to the society who keeps on telling us that these are the pros, these are the cons of having single child, having siblings. The problems could be related to some medical issues, some financial issues, and I believe that decision belongs to the parents only. But what message you would like to give to the society and to the parents so that they find some points, some insights before taking that a very important decision of their life?
So I would just say to the society, it doesn't matter whether you are a single child or a sibling. You should just have fire in your belly to achieve the success. You should not be dependent on others, whether it's your sibling or not. And if you're a single child, it's good. Honestly, you don't have no one to depend on. You're independent in yourself. And I would like to conclude at the one of the famous quote of Malala Yousafzai that let us remember one book, one pen, one child, and one teacher that can change the world.
Awesome, awesome, super awesome. And Siddhi, I was thinking that I'll give the concluding remarks, but after this sentence, no concluding remarks of this session is needed. And I'll request you to repeat that last sentence again. Then only I'll conclude the session.
Let us remember one book, one pen, one child, and one teacher that can change the world.
Excellent, excellent. So, everyone who is listening and watching this podcast, you would be getting a very important points after this conversation, that it doesn't matter that if you have been grown up as a single child or you are having siblings, definitely both the situations are having their own pros and cons, their own plus and minuses. Like this, she is saying there are a lot of fights, but is still you have to be conscious before taking any decisions. And yes, the message which she is giving to the society, please stop labeling anyone. It hardly matters if you are single or you are having siblings. Your identity, your decision, your personality is your own. And parents, love your child, give them unconditional love and support. I know that parents are never biased if they are single or two. I know this, Siddhi. Thank you so much for being with us today. And thank you so much for sharing your very, very important points. Anything else you want to
It's my
say at the
honor.
end?
I'll
Any
just
other thing?
say, I'll just say, you should go in dark in order to spark.
Wonderful. I love all the points which you are telling, which you are sharing today on this very special channel. And I would request to our listeners, if you are having any important topic and if you want to be on this podcast, want to share, like Siddhi is sharing today's her points. So you can write to us. You can write to us on mail, which is mindlifebliss@gmail.com, or else you can fill the Google form. The link of everything is given in the description. We would love to have more and more kids, and we would love to have more and more discussion on this channel. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks you, Siddhi.